So I'm here with Michael Gale from GlobalGiving, and it's good to see you again.
Likewise. Thanks, Chris.
YSA and GlobalGiving have been partners for some time, but we're trying something new. Here at YSA, we want to do all we can to help our partners, help them build capacity. And what we hear again and again from youth organizations is they need funding. They need funding for their programs. They need funding for overhead. How can we help out? YSA is not a bottomless well of funding, but we are a hub for youth development organizations and a lot of great partners like GlobalGiving. So Michael and I thought it would be a great idea to get together and have him go through what GlobalGiving is. Specifically then the Accelarator Program, which is a great opportunity for YSA's community partners, lead agencies, and partners in general, and to, give some of, his best advice and best practices working with organizations through, using the system. And so I'm just super happy to be here, and I'm going to let him kind of take it away, and hope you enjoy it.
Perfect. Thanks, Chris. Well, what we're looking at now is the GlobalGiving homepage. GlobalGiving was founded in 2002, and we are the first and largest crowdfunding community for global nonprofits. In a nutshell, GlobalGiving provides nonprofits the tools and the training they need to raise money from their own network, while also helping those organizations connect with GlobalGiving's network of individual and corporate donors. I'm just going to scroll down here on the homepage to show you some recent stats. We've been around for 14 years and raised well over $240 million from over 500,000 donors, supporting over 15,000 projects in 165 countries. And right now we're working with over 130 companies, primarily US-based companies.
Wow.
The GlobalGiving is kind of unique in the world of crowdfunding in that we're not only providing a platform and tools and training for our partners to raise money from their own network, but we're also promoting our projects with GlobalGiving donors, both individual and corporate. We've had a great history of working with the YSA community in the past. A lot of YSA partners have come on board the platform and are actively fundraising with us. So we'd love to bring some more in.
Very cool. And we'll be able to show you some of those here towards the end of the podcast today.
Perfect. And if you're interested in learning more about GlobalGiving and how to join the community, a great place to get started is clicking on the Join button, which will take you over to this page. Here we have information for donors looking to get involved and companies looking to get involved, but which you're welcome to explore and see how we communicate with those other two audiences. But for nonprofits, you could start off by exploring some of the resources we offer for nonprofits or our features and benefits we offer to our partners. You can also jump right into doing the application, but I'd recommend you click on Learn More, which will bring you over to the GlobalGiving Accelerator page. The GlobalGiving Accelerator is kind of our flagship program for bringing new partners onto the site. And it really has three components. The first is the application process, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on. It's followed up by a 3-week virtual training program. We find that most of the organizations that we work with are new to crowdfunding. They're new to online fundraising. And even those that aren't really always know there's more they could be learning, more that can be improving. So we start off offering a free 3-week training course to every interested organization. We cover topics like crowdfunding basics, how to map your potential donor network and identify donors for your project, how to tell a compelling story in a digital context, how to construct appealing fundraising emails, how to use social media well, and how to set good goals for your project. We also go over some of the basics on how the Global Giving platform works, how you post your project, how you can maximize all the tools and resources we offer. The training is conducted all online through webinars and one-on-one consultation with our team. And as I mentioned, there's no cost to participate in the training. It is optional, but highly recommended.
So a lot of the partners we have, I think a lot of them are small to medium-sized youth development organizations. Do you have experience of organizations who have little or no experience going through the program and being successful?
Yeah, actually, the organization in our last Accelerator that raised the most money, who we're going to look at in a second, they told us they had never done online fundraising before. Awesome. Prior to starting this campaign. It's like a 2-person team without a lot of fundraising experience. So we think through the training we offer and through the tools and really the one-on-one support, even organizations that are brand new to online fundraising, we can kind of walk you through the steps to be successful.
So we were talking about this a little bit before we started. What would you say would be like the ideal mindset for an organization? Like, they're listening to the podcast, the training today, they're looking at the site. What would you say, how would you want them to create their expectations of how this works and what kind of what they're going to need to do in order to be successful? What kind of mindset would they need to have?
I think the most important thing is that you can't be afraid of failure, and you have to be willing to learn by doing. Gotcha. This online fundraising can be intimidating because of the technology behind it and because it does involve making a lot of asks. But really, it's no different than any other fundraising when you get down to it. It's about telling a good story, having a compelling program, and not being afraid to make the ask to your community. So we also understand that not everyone's going to be successful their first time around trying online fundraising. And we're here to tell you that it's okay to give it a try. That's one reason we don't charge anything to nonprofits to work with us, because we want people to be able to jump in, mess around with the tools, try it out, see if it's for them. Maybe the best thing we can do for you is teach you that you're not ready to do online fundraising,
right.
And to show you what you need to do to come back and try again. So before you invest in hiring staff or buying systems to manage your online fundraising, try it for free first, see if it's a good fit, and take it from there.
Cool.
Following the training program, which lasts 3 weeks, is a 3-week crowdfunding campaign. This is where all new organizations who've gone through the training are working to earn a permanent spot on GlobalGiving, basically by running a test campaign. So this was the results of the last Accelerator campaign we ran in September. We had over 200 organizations participating. Every organization that was involved had the goal to raise $5,000 from 40 unique donors. We set these goals for organizations for a couple of reasons. First, it's the final stage of our due diligence process. We receive over 4,000 applications a year, and we do our best to confirm on paper that organizations that want to work with us are legally registered, up to date with the local authorities, that they have good record-keeping practices, that they have people who can vouch for them, past donors or past partners like YSA. Mm-hmm. But we think there's nothing better than kind of the vetting of the crowd. So when we require that an organization get 40 donors, we're really saying we want to see that there's 40 people who believe in your work enough to put in their credit card information or send in a check to support your work. This lets us go to our corporate partners and our individual donors and say, every organization you see on GlobalGiving already has 40 supporters. So you don't have to worry about being the only supporter of this organization. They're already being successful. Everyone wants to invest in a successful organization. It also sets you up for success on the platform. GlobalGiving is set up not just to run one-off campaigns, but to encourage recurring donations from your donors to your project. So by getting 40 plus donors into our system from your first campaign, those are going to be 40 plus people who are going to be getting your project reports sent to them, getting updates from you through our system, They're going to be encouraged through incentives to come back and donate again or set up recurring donations. So it's really in our partners' best interest to start strong and not have a project that stagnates there with $0 and 0 donors for a long time. Organizations that are successful in meeting these goals during the Accelerator become permanent Global Giving partners. Those that are unsuccessful, we will still send them whatever money they have raised, but then the project is retired off the site and they have to wait until the next Accelerator program, which happens every 3 months, to try again. And there are plenty of organizations that try once and fail and then learn from their mistakes or learn how they can improve, and they come back and they're successful the second time around.
So, Michael, if an organization isn't able to reach, the 40 donors, $5,000 within the time frame, are they able to continue to fundraise using their profile?
Yes, but they have to wait until the next Accelerator campaign starts.
Okay.
So for the organizations that were unsuccessful in September, we sent them whatever money they raised. The project was inactive in October and November.
Okay.
And then when the December Accelerator started again, they were able to post a new project and try again.
Okay. So that's a couple of months between one Accelerator ending, another one beginning, and so that's a good amount of time for people to reassess. What did we do well? What can we do better?
Exactly.
And go back on it. Is there, in terms of the time it takes to upload a project, are you able to just edit it and get it back up rather quickly?
Exactly. We give you the option on the back ends to replicate or duplicate your past project. So you can think about maybe things you want to try differently, edits you want to make, but you can start with where you left off, basically, with your project creation. And we run these accelerators generally every 3 months.
Okay.
So, and once you have an approved application, you're eligible to join Global Giving campaigns for 2 years. So you can basically try 8 times.
Okay.
We have had organizations who have tried 8 times and been unsuccessful. At that point, we say, maybe this isn't the best use of your time and resources for your organization because you're not finding success.
Right.
We encourage you to wait 2 years, and you can come back and try again for another campaign.
That's fair. Yep.
I think it's important to get a look at what the project pages look at, because that's really the core feature of Global Giving. So I'm going to click through. Actually, I'll go over here. This is a group called Creamos in Guatemala, and they actually were successful in the last Accelerator and won some bonus prizes because they raised the most money. So you can see here they set their funding goal of $25,000. They've already raised $18,000 of it. They're going to share here some donation options to give potential donors a sense about how they're going to use the funding. We encourage a wide range of options. This helps to basically upsell donors to donate a larger amount than they might have otherwise.
Sure.
We ask for a brief project summary. You can see this project has been active for 3 months. They have one recurring monthly donor who's giving every month through their credit card. They post a little bit about what it is they're trying to raise money for, how they're going to be addressing the challenge, and then here's information about the organization that's running the project. So this is what organizations are sending out to their potential donors to try and solicit donations. But the really cool part is what the project leader or the leader of this organization has access to on the back end of Global Giving. So this is called the project entry dashboard, which every organization on Global Giving has access to. From here, you can add a report. Basically, reports are short project updates, more like blog posts, that get sent out to everyone that's ever donated to your project. So it's a way to keep your donors both informed of the progress of the project, but also to encourage them to come back and donate again.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
You can also send thank you notes to your donors directly through the platform. If they're donors you already know, you might already have their email and you can email them offline. But some donors might choose to give anonymously, particularly donors from corporations we work through. So you can still send thank you notes through the platform here. You can also view all your donations, where they came from, how much, whether they're recurring, if it's someone that's donated in the past. And you can also look at the website analytics and see what months has your project been the most active, which of your project reports are converting the most donors. So there's lots of data on the back end. Which you might not want to dig into right away, but eventually as you start to test and try and improve your project and your fundraising performance, there's some great resources back here.
Very cool.
So organizations that successfully raise $5,000 from at least 40 different donors earn a few different benefits. The biggest and the best one is they become full or permanent Global Giving partners, meaning they have access to a range of different fundraising campaigns. They can post multiple projects. They can receive recurring donations. They can participate in corporate campaigns and other matching opportunities. They're eligible for corporate grant programs. That's really what most people come to Global Giving for, is to get this permanent Global Giving partnership. But you also get a number of more immediate benefits. We do a press release announcing the Accelerator graduates to help draw up excitement for our newest class of nonprofit partners. We feature all of our graduates in our donor newsletter, which goes out to a couple 100,000 potential donors in our system. So you have the opportunity to get some more donations through that promotion. We also highlight them on our social media. We send along a certificate of completion saying you're a graduate of the Global Giving Accelerator Program, which you can show to future potential funders about to show your success in this campaign. We also offer a custom media kit to every graduate, which is a pretty cool feature we just launched, which basically makes it easier for our graduates to celebrate their own success with their communities. So here you can download your certificate of graduation. We create some customized images to share on social media. Here's a graduate certificate with a quote from our founder and CEO. Again, we pull in a photo directly from the project that you can share. Some sample social media posts that have the statistics from your campaign about how much you've raised.
That's great.
And then also a ready-to-use press release that features your organization information, welcoming you to our community. And we encourage our graduates to share this with their own local media, so you're not only getting the Global Giving press release bump to your media presence, but you can also help to generate your own buzz through using this custom press release. If you're looking to get some resources on how to crowdfund, look at some past success stories from Global Giving, maybe look for some templates to help you create a calendar for your campaign or plan a social media strategy, globalgiving.org/learn is a great place to go. We just launched this resource for our community. A few things I want to highlight. This is our Crowd Fundamentals Guide. It's basically a free downloadable PDF 10-step guide on how to start your first crowdfunding campaign, how to choose a platform, how to connect with your community, how to write compelling email content. This is a great place to get started. I also would recommend you take advantage of some of the success stories. Here we feature some of our past partners and current partners who have been successful on the platform, them sharing their stories about what they've done to find success on Global Giving. Here's one I love with one of our partners from Peru who had very little experience with online fundraising and was really successful in one of our campaigns. So this is a great place to start, globalgiving.org/learn.
That's great. So this is for organizations that if they're new to this, even before they apply, they can start looking and learning more about how to do crowdfunding, marketing, and then as they sign up and go, this is something they can go back to as a reference to continue to help them learn how to do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These are resources that anyone can access. You don't need a username, or obviously there's no cost to download these tools. There also are some tools that are set up to help you with our application process. So a do-it-yourself budget template, a nonprofit financial statement template, things that will help you in our application process. And a great checklist to get you ready for a campaign. Once you start an application on Global Giving, even if you don't finish it, that lets us know you're interested in potentially joining, and we'll start also sharing some of these resources over email with you on kind of a bi-weekly basis to help you get you ready to finish your application and prepare for the campaign.
Right on.
If you decide you are ready to join Global Giving, I'd encourage you to click join and then start application. It's going to tell you a little bit about what some of our requirements are. You can click through in advance and see the list of documents we'll be asking you to submit during the application. You can also click through and learn more about the Accelerator Program. We ask a few different qualifying questions at the beginning. We want to make sure we're working with a registered charity, nonprofit, or NGO. We do require organizational documents in English, but Google translations are fine. So you can upload the original in your home language, and then just a Google translation of the text. That's no problem.
That's great.
And then we just ask this to remind people that we're not a grant-making organization. What we do is help you raise money from your own network. So if you just click yes there, then you can start the application. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up an application that's already in process. Once you answer those brief qualifying questions, you'll get taken to the full application. It's organized in a series of 7 tabs, which you can complete in any order and at any time. Your progress is saved automatically as you complete information. The application is available 24/7 every day of the year, so you can work on it over time as you collect your documents that you need. The first page, we're just going to ask for some basic organizational details for your work. I want to point out we ask at the bottom how you learned about Global Giving, and if you learned about it through YSA, please note that here. I can even spell it correctly. This lets me know that I should ping Chris that you're joining our program. It'll help me provide you better one-on-one support as you finish the application and go through the campaign. And then it also will let me know to feature you on the GlobalGiving/YSA page, which we'll be looking at. And as you click through, we're really just looking for some of the basics about your organization. At this point, you're not creating a project, you're just telling us about your organization. We want your mission, kind of what main themes are you working in. We're going to ask you to upload your government registration certificate and your founding document, like your articles of incorporation. If they're not in English, that's fine. We just ask you to upload a Google translation of the document. We ask for the current year's budget and a previous year's financial statement. They can be audited or non-audited. That is fine. We need a staff and board list. You have to agree to our terms and conditions, and then you're all set. Our team will review the application. If anything is lacking or we have any questions, we'll follow up. It's a real back and forth. The application is not the end of the story. We really want to approve as many organizations as we can and give everyone that is eligible a shot at crowdfunding on our site. So it's really a collaborative effort. We want to help organizations successfully complete the application. So don't be stressed out about it.
If someone starts the application but they have a question or get stuck, how would they get in touch with you maybe to get an answer or some help with that?
Yep. We have live chat available on the website, I believe from the application or from the /Accelerator page. You can access live chat.
Okay.
We have people responding to that from 9 to 5 Eastern time.
Sure. Almost
every day. And you can also email us at accelerator@globalgiving.org. And we're happy to help. Also, you can always call our office. We have humans that answer the phone and are trained to talk you through the application questions. We have a team of about 6 people that their entire job is to manage the application process for organizations and provide support to nonprofits that need it. So use us to help you whenever necessary.
Very cool.
Once the application has been approved by our team, then you're invited to join whatever Accelerator program is up next. So our next application deadline is February 1st, 2017. That's to join the March 2017 Accelerator. But as I mentioned, we have application deadlines and Accelerator campaigns every 3 months. So you're never too far away from another opportunity.
And for any community partners, lead agencies, other partners of YSA who are listening and following along, Global Youth Service Day is coming up April 21st to the 23rd. What a great opportunity to leverage what you're doing for Global Youth Service Day to create your project. And so again, this is what YSA is trying to do is definitely support our programming, Global Youth Service Day, but we're also wanting to help you guys build your capacity and what you're going to be doing and working with young people in your community after Global Youth Service Day. And I say this a lot, the more you build your capacity of working with young people in your community, the more YSA is able to realize its mission and vision of a global culture of youth and adults supporting young people solving real problems in their community.
Awesome. I also wanted to highlight this page we've created for the YSA partners, globalgiving.org/YSA. Here we're highlighting organizations that have worked with YSA that are raising money on Global Giving. So you can see there's a number of organizations from the US, Kenya, Belize, all over the place, Mexico, that have active projects up on Global Giving. So I encourage you to visit their projects, see what they're doing, and also from here you can go ahead and click through and start an application from this page. This also lets me know that someone from the YSA community is interested in joining Global Giving.
So the thing I would add here is if you are a lead agency or a community partner and would like to be represented on this page, definitely start your application here. Or I think what you said earlier, Mike, if you start an application, there's a place that you could then identify that you've come to Global Giving from YSA. One of YSA's partners that is represented on the page here is one of our partners is Vijana Amani Pamoja, our VAP. They're an organization in Kenya, working in Nairobi, and basically they use football or soccer to teach about HIV awareness and other types of skills young people need in Kenya, such as different types of job skills, those types of things. And so basically they've been a partner with YSA for several years. They've been a partner on Global Giving for several years. And I had the great opportunity to interview Eunice by Skype. VAP did not have a lot of experience fundraising. They utilized Global Giving's resources and tools, and they have been really successful in utilizing the platform to raise money. So they've raised $11,000 out of the $30,000 goal. If we can see here from their dashboard, they've had 71 donors, 1 monthly donor, and they've been active for 8 years. So again, if you're a small or medium-sized organization, you can do this. It may take some time. As Mike said, you might fail the first time. That's okay. That's the norm. But they've got the tools and resources and staff here to help you if you're serious and you're willing to put in the time. This could be a real opportunity for your organization. Cool. So Mike, man, I want to thank you for doing this with me today. I look forward to doing more of these in the future, and all best with what you guys have going on, and thanks for working with me and helping the organizations and partners of YSA build some capacity.
Thanks, Chris. It's wonderful working with YSA, and I can't wait to get some more great organizations up on that /YSA page so they can help promote their work.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right.